What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Something. Hit the keys. Here today to do a quick demonstration of one. One is by the creators of OpenBeat and Sampla. Quick disclosure, they are the sponsor of today's video, but no worries, they won't see this video until you guys see these videos. I know there is a lot of heat around Sampla, OpenBeat, and all that other stuff. I know that I've made previous videos, and in all the videos, I've disclosed all the information that I knew. So when it came to the first OpenBeat video, I disclosed that they used the Suno API originally. And then when I first, did my first Sampla video, I'm the one that told everybody that they're using Miraca API. So I'm letting all you guys know all this up front. You guys know how I feel about AI. So I feel like if you're going to use AI, you need to take that sample, you need to make something of your own and not just generate a beat or a song, because that is not creating music. So with all that being said, if you guys want to check out the good, the bad, the ugly, all that with Sampla, OpenBeat, I've got a bunch of other videos. I know a lot of people like the AI and stuff like that who follow the channel. I cover the news, so I'm just bringing you guys the news. It's up for you guys to do what you want with the information that I'm giving you guys. So when you come to the website right here, they say that hold up. Before I forget, I do have a code for this. So if you're interested in getting this, there is a code, just something, and you can get 20% off. I'll forget if I don't say it right now. So as we see right here, though, they call this human guided intelligence. When I spoke with Evan, what he told me is that he feels like this is the way that AI should have been rolled out, to where it's not just prompts, it's kind of picking more stuff. I feel like after using this, the combination of prompts and this would be what's best. But when you're looking at it, you kind of get to go through it and pick sounds and different stuff, and that's what's going to generate your sample. You can try this for free. So you can come over here, you can download it for Mac PC, you can try this thing out for free. There's a few different tiers that you can go with. So there's the starter tier, where you get unlimited generations, basic model, export waves, high quality email support, regular updates. Oh yeah, I believe this is trained off of Miraca AI too as well. You got the pro version, which has unlimited generations, advanced model, export wave stems, premium quality, priority support, so on and so forth, lifetime, everything in pro with some more, and then the creator right here. So you got these different tiers. If you are interested in this, let's go ahead and pull FL Studio up, check this thing out a little bit more. So we'll get more in depth in this in a moment. But as you see with this, you're going to actually get to pick like the kicks and all the stuff that you want in the beat as it's generating. So you've got different pianos, bass, pads, synth leads, guitar strings, choruses, choirs, all that other stuff. The groove you want, whether it's trap, boom bap, techno, whatever it is. The mood in which you want, the melody behavior, so how you want the melody to go, the way that you want the harmonies to go, the arrangement, you know what I'm saying, if you want to add lyrics and all that. So, of course, I made a little demo beat as always. I guess before I play the demo beat, I'll go ahead and drop the sample down here. So this is the sample that I pulled all of my stuff from. So I didn't necessarily chop the whole sample up, but I did, as you guys can see here, chopped it in a bunch of different places and then kind of arranged it how I wanted it. But this is what the original melody sounded like that I got. All right, but there's still more to the sample, and I pulled different parts later on and stuff like that. I am just gonna play this all the way through back to the chorus so that you can hear all the different sections and everything that I chopped from this, so that you can just hear kind of what I got. This right here is actually from the track. So this is actually, if I hit reverse on this, this is from the track. So this right here, when I hit reverse, I just got to the end of the beat and then it ended up becoming a riser for me. And so I use this as a riser in different parts of the track too. But let's go. Oh, nope, I lied. And I also threw some effects on. I just threw RC20 to give it that vintage sound. And I threw a filter on there because you'll see, I'm gonna show you, it kind of still bleeds the drums. So I just filtered off a little bit of the frequency to get those drums out of there. But it sounds like this. Guys, so as you can tell, that was a little demo beat that I put together for you guys today. With that, you see I did add some chords underneath. I added a choir, I added 808, I added my own kick, I added my own snare, my hi-hats, just kind of made the drums and everything basic. I didn't really pitch down the melody and all that stuff. I could have, but I just wanted you guys to hear what you're gonna get out of the box if you use this. This is literally the first sample that I've used. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. This is kind of a first look, because this is the first sample that I generated and I didn't generate any samples after this. So when you're looking at this, one thing that I noticed about so when I reloaded this up, it didn't give me the original sample that I had. So we're gonna find out here, because there's an option here to save. So you can save project. So we're gonna find out here if we save project, if it does save that project for you. I'm just gonna open up a brand new instance of FL Studio real quick. So that we just have no glitches or nothing like that while we're doing this. We're gonna pull open another instance of One real quick. All right, so I've got One open again. And so as we're looking at this, we can go through different kind of genres. So we can come down here and we can first figure out what it is that we're gonna create. So let's go ahead and see what something that is boom bap sounds like, since we just heard a trap beat. So let's go for boom bap on this one. We'll take it down to about 92. We'll come up here and we'll look. So you'll see we have different drum options. So you know what I'm saying? You can come here and play. You know what I'm saying? So we can find what we want. So let's just find a different snare. Let's see what this snare sounds like. Oh, we gotta unclick the other snare too to click back onto the next snare. We'll just use that for now. We'll just kind of use this, but let's find a little bit something different. So we'll take off the 808. Now we'll leave the 808 on there. Now we're gonna take the 808 off there and we're gonna get a bass guitar. You know what I'm saying? We'll just leave everything else like that. But now we come down here and we look and we see, oh, we got different stuff. So we've got different kinds of basses. So I want to kind of grab like, let's grab a pick bass. And we'll get rid of the analog one. We have different pianos that we can choose from. So let's just go ahead and let's pick a concert grand. And then pads, we don't really need pads, but we'll grab a brass. So we'll grab like a trumpet, and then we'll grab a guitar too as well. We don't want a muted electric. We just want like a nylon guitar, right? And then we'll see what this does for us. So we've got boom bap, we've got mood. We'll go with dark for the mood. We don't want repeating itself. We want a counter melody. And then we'll go major sevenths. And what's cool down here too is you can move the arrangement around as you want to. We're not gonna mess with that though right now because we wanna leave it the same. And then we can come over here to the vocals and the lyrics and we can change it. All right, so while this is updating, I guess we're just gonna start. It's been going for about 35 seconds. I wanna let you guys see how long it's been going. One thing that probably could be asked about this is, could they have just updated Sampla and OpenBeat with all these new features and made that there? I don't have that answer. I will say it does make sense if you do think that, but then again, if it was gonna mess up the whole frameworks, everything else that they had, plus they've already added a whole bunch to Sampla and OpenBeat. So if you paid 65, you really have gotten your money's worth. So it's okay for companies to make more than one product or plugin or whatever. I just don't know. That's y'all's decision, how y'all feel about that. You know what I'm saying? But I thought I would mention that because I know a few people might mention that. So that I guess would be a con, is that should this have been part of Sampla or OpenBeat, or, you know what I'm saying? Is it cool that it's its own new thing? So it's still kind of scanning as I've got it popped up here. It's been scanning for about a minute and a half. I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I wanted to show you guys this part is so that you knew exactly how long this thing scanned for. Because on my camera, it started at 13:01. Right now I'm looking at the time and it's 14:45. So again, this is just something to think about. If there is a way to speed this up, that's something that I would like to see in the process of this. I do understand that speeding this up ultimately could give you a worse sample, but there's got to be a way that it could be speeded up faster than 2 and 2.5 minutes. I just don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't do coding. I don't do any of this AI stuff. I don't have any idea what it is. So it's saying it's just about finished up, I think. I guess we'll see here. I'll let you guys know at the end the total time that it took. All right, so that took about 3 minutes and 13 seconds altogether to get this. Now, one thing, again, this is one of my cons, is that I wish that there was the prompt. So remember how I said that I wish you still had a prompt to go with this? Because what if I generate a beat and I'm trying to get a boom bap beat, but it's not letting me decide whether I want something that sounds like Joey Badass, or if I want something that sounds like Jay-Z, or if I want something that sounds, you know what I'm saying, like anything. You guys get what I'm saying? So I would like to see that. Or like when we're in hip hop, like maybe I want a future type beat that's dark, and then I can enter all the other stuff in. So that's something that I would like to see. But once you get your sound up here, you'll notice that you'll get drums, you'll get bass, you'll get piano, you'll get guitars, melodic, and you'll get vocals. And then you can take it out with the volume, so on and so forth. So if I push play, it's kind of tough though. So this isn't that bad. I could kind of work with that. I'm sorry, I'm having some issues with my audio, but I think I could work with that, but I'd have to do some, you know what I'm saying, messing with the horns and everything. So sorry, let me get this back right real quick. So like, let's say I pull down this bass, because this bass for me isn't it on this one. So we'll go ahead and, we'll pull this bass down real quick and push play. But you'll notice too, I can pull down the drums now. And then it's easy to use, because all you have to do is you can pull down each individual wave here. You can pull down each individual MIDI, which is fire. Being able to pull the MIDI down and get in the MIDI, whatever is playing, that's fire, of each of the stems, you know. Or you can just pull down the whole entire file. So you can pull down the full wave right here. I guess I gotta have to get it to where I can put it over here. And then you can drop the full wave right here, and then bam, now I have it, and I have it without the drums. So now we can listen to it without the drums. Now, one thing that I have noticed is like it does a pretty decent job of taking the drums out of the sample that it creates, but there are little holes in the sample where it's like it gets a little bit weak, and it's just something to think about, you know? Like right here doesn't sound as clear as the rest of the sample. Maybe it's just me though, I don't know. But then when we come back over here, I don't know, maybe it's just me and the effects. I could be wrong. So, but what I would do is I would come over here and I would put this on like a track. Obviously I'm gonna chop it up and everything, but I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna take off some of the high frequencies of that thing. You know what I'm saying, to make it sound just a little bit better. So I'm just gonna find Fruity EQ real quick. And then I'm just gonna take off some of the high-end frequencies. Right, and it kind of cleans up a little bit the cheesiness of, because sometimes the horns sound good, sometimes the horns don't sound good. So you know what I'm saying, that's trial and error there. But then we can grab some RC20 and throw it on this thing too as well. And you know what I'm saying? We can start messing with this. Right, and then that's just something that you can use to get a track done or do whatever it is that you want to do with it. So, you know what I'm saying? This thing isn't that bad in my opinion. Let's check out one more time and just make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, so let's see if we save this project. Is it going to be able to open up whenever I reopen this back up? So let's go ahead and save this. Let's go to a new project real quick. I wanted to find this out. I thought this was important. Thought you guys might want to know this, if you can get back into your projects or not. In my projects. I'm sorry. I know I ain't got no common sense. Y'all ain't got to tell me. All right, so you hit file again, open project. So when it opens it back up, it just opens up the idea, but it doesn't bring it back to the actual beat. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to get that back. So that's just something to know. If you get a stem that you like, just download it. Again, you get all the free generations that you want. But that's what I got for you guys in today's video. What are my final thoughts on one? You already know how I am. You know what I'm saying? Again, you got to chop up these samples. I think you can get decent samples. You may have to work, you may not. The first one I got, I thought was pretty fire. I thought that beat was pretty decent, especially with something that I used to start with AI. Is it for me? Maybe not, because I'm not the biggest AI head. I don't really do a lot of sampling, if that makes sense. But if you're looking to sample, this might be for you. Or like if you're like doing content and you need samples so that you can get clearances, so you're not getting copyright strikes, this is something that you can use too. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button. Hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time I bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. I appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Some, hit the keys.